What's up, y'all? This your homie. Check this out. Motherfuckers keep asking me the dumbest shit ever, right? They were like, man, what you think about the looting? What you think about them burning up the shit in our neighborhood? And at first I was just kind of with that shit, like, man, y'all fucking up all the looting shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fucking up the hood. Some of y'all niggas even fucked up the black-owned business, and that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a black-owned business myself. But at the same time, go through history. I know some people might not like this, and then people was telling me today, but that was in the past. Okay. But it was still there. What happened to Black Wall Street? All the places they burned down, killed us, our business every time we try to come up. We didn't have insurance to help us rebuild. The bank wasn't giving us no money to help us rebuild. So, we're in 2020. Everybody bitching and moaning. But what you gotta realize, this ain't just the anger for the cops who put their knee on that man's neck. Just for all the injustice that's been happening. From years to years to years and years. And niggas is just tired. Some people just don't even know what to do. Some people just came out to loot. Some people just angry and just angry. It's a whole bunch of emotions going on. And I know people hollering, I ain't my ancestors. I'll stand with you. But you benefit from your ancestors who benefit from my ancestors. And you're not doing nothing about it. Yeah, you can stand and march with us. But if you're going to put your money behind our march, I mean unconditionally, that's a question. And I don't really think it's got to do, well, it's a lot of racism, but I think it's got to be justice. Because, justice for a police officer and justice for a civilian. And this is what I mean. If I murder someone, there's no union behind me to say, oh, he was fearing for his life and get me off. So therefore, if a police officer murders someone, they should get the same treatment as a civilian for murdering someone, and even a harsher punishment because they was trained to de-escalate situations. They was trained for that. They go through training to see if it's a gun or if it's a phone. But once you get out there, now you don't know the difference between a gun or a phone, a gun or a pick or a comb. As a black man in America, I fear for my life every day. Every day I walk out my house, I'm like, man, if they pull me over, man, how I gotta move. Even in general conversation, I'll be like, where is conversation going? It's a lot that you have to deal with. And you might not blow up right then and there, but pressure bust pipes. And there's people venting in all kind of ways. I'm not saying you right or wrong for how you feel either. I'm not. I'm not saying they right because they feel like looting or they feel like tearing some shit up, or if you feel like just peaceful protesting. I'm not saying you have to do it in your own way. You have to do it the way your feeling leads you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm going back and forth. I'm sorry for some of the business owners, but then again, I'm not. Y'all going, people that's non-black. Let me just say that. You can fix yourself up, do up your resume, go apply for another small business loan, and you can rebuild. My ancestors couldn't rebuild. Some of my brothers and sisters today who we and you all burn down their establishment, they ain't gonna be able to rebuild. They are not gonna be able to rebuild. You know, people like, well, we ain't got no grocery stores in our community. You ain't had a grocery store anyway. That was their grocery stores. Let's put our money together and open us a grocery store. And I know people like, well, man, I don't know. That's the point. You don't know. Sit down, start. This is the time that we need to start having dialogue or how we going to do some things. How we can open up our own grocery stores. You know, shit, you can open up a phone store. You can open up a laundromat. You can open up a car wash. Why the fuck you can't open up a grocery store? We got to open up our own shit. You know? But if you always going to somebody else for help, it's going to be a problem. If you always got to turn to somebody else for help, and you don't turn to your own and your own kind. And people don't realize this from all over the world. Like, I grew up in Chicago. Chicago is the most segregated town I've ever lived in. You know, you think I'm lying. People are like, oh no, Chicago is all fun. Look. Nigga, leave from downtown. You know, everybody go downtown. Leave from downtown. Everybody got Chinatown, Puerto Ricans over there. We got Mexicans over there. We got Yugoslavia. We got Polacks. Polish. I don't want to offend nobody, but everybody got their own little set. You know, in Chicago, it's all segregated. But everybody doing for self. But they always come to our neighborhood and sell us goods. But we can't go to their neighborhood and sell them goods. Let's keep it 100 out here. Let's tell the truth, man. You see the Mexicans, they come in and sell us the corn and all that shit on them trucks. Shit, you go over there with some popcorn or some peanuts or some socks or something and try to sell them to the Mexicans. They ain't going. They ain't having it. Everybody come to our town, Chinatown. They come up, set up in our neighborhood. Everybody sells something. Well, what do we sell? We don't have no products. This is the time to have dialogue on how we're going to start getting our own products, getting our own things put together. You know, like if you at home chilling in bed like me, this is what we need to be thinking about. How we going to rise from the ashes. Because you know we've been surviving through bullshit all our lives for centuries. Black folks has always survived. We come up out the ashes. You know what I'm saying? They put us in concentration camps. We came up out of that. People like, what's concentration camp? It's called public housing. Public housing equal concentration camps. That's exactly what it equals. If you think I'm lying, talk to somebody who grew up in public housing. It's nothing but a concentration camp. Put them all on top of each other, put them in that area, and keep them confined to that area. It's real out here, for real. So all y'all crying about all these other people's businesses, think about your ancestors and their business. You know? And just think about building on your own. You know? I'm not saying don't do business with other cultures, because you're going to need to do business with other cultures. But I believe